Hey everybody, welcome to another Fifi's DIY. Today I'm going to show you kind of how to do a basic bath salt soak. So you can get as complicated or as simple as you want. So we're going to do a relatively simple but really nice and effective bath soak. Okay. So this one is pretty simple. You're just going to need some Epsom salt. I have some Himalayan sea salt and baking soda. So that's going to be all of our dry ingredients. You can use an oil, so like a mineral oil or vitamin E oil, coconut oil, kind of whatever you want. Then you're going to need whatever fragrance. So this one we're going to do is going to be orange spice. And you definitely need some gloves. You need some stuff to measure. And then if you want to add color, which you don't have to, it's really just for aesthetics, you want a skin safe mica powder. So I like Stardust micas. They dissolve pretty well. They are skin safe. And that's it. And a bigger bowl for your mixing. Okay, so we're going to do our wet ingredients together. And I am going to use a little mica, not a lot. And then we'll add that into our dry ingredients. So to start off, I'm going to do equal parts. So I'm going to do 1 teaspoon of vitamin E oil. Then I'll have 1 teaspoon of mineral oil. And then the orange spice, I'm actually going to add a tablespoon of orange spice. And then I will take my mica into here to get the color I'm kind of thinking of. Okay, so I have my oils in the container. I have 1 teaspoon of vitamin E oil, 1 teaspoon of mineral oil, and 1 tablespoon of my fragrance oil. And again, I'm using orange spice. And with this part, you just kind of feel it out. I want you to be able to smell the orange spice, but I don't want it to be overpowering. 1 tablespoon I feel like is good for the amount of solids we're going to use. And then my handy dandy wooden stick, and I'm just going to add a little bit of mica straight into my oil. And this is really, like I said, just for aesthetics. So we'll mix that up, and then that'll be our wet ingredients ready to go. And see, it has a nice little color. It won't be that bright, vibrant once we mix it into everything, but I will show you how we'll do that in a second. Okay, so in a larger bowl, we have 1/2 cup of baking soda, and that mix the liquid mixture that we've stirred up really well. We're just going to actually pour that straight into the baking soda mixture. And now remember, that's the mineral oil, vitamin E oil, and our fragrance oil. So now all I'm going to do, and this is why the gloves are important, is I'm actually going to incorporate this liquid and the baking soda together. So now the reason I'm doing it this way is because for me, I have found that if I get this baking soda mixed together with the liquid, when I add my salts into it, it will add the fragrance to the salt without getting the salt too wet, and it'll give me a nice mix. So you really just kind of have to practice and feel how much you want to mix. You can't over mix this because we're not making a cake. So, just get in there with your hand, gloved hand, get this together. This oil is really fragrant, so that 1 tablespoon is really going a long way. And I'll mix this together just for a little bit longer to kind of get the clumps out, and then we'll add our salt. And we're going to start off with 1/2 cup of the Himalayan salt and 1 cup of Epsom salt, and we'll see how we like the consistency of that. You can always add more salt. So slow and steady kind of wins the race on this. Okay, so I kept mixing my baking soda in, and now I've added my 1 cup of Epsom salt and half a cup of Himalayan sea salt. And I'm really just going to continue to kind of incorporate these things together. You can keep this as simple as this. The baking soda is going to be good for your skin. Baking soda is really good for like eczema issues and things like that. A lot of people do really well with it. The consistency of this is going to be really good. You can get some dried flowers. I do a hibiscus one at times, and then I'll add hibiscus flowers to it. But try to see if I can get a better angle. But you can see the salt took on that light orange color, which is what I wanted. You can make it darker if you want, or you, like I said, you don't have to at all. Himalayan sea salt is naturally pink, so you know you'll always have that if you don't want to. Really, that mica is solely just for aesthetics, but it's a really good consistency. Because I incorporated that oil into the baking soda and not directly into the salt, my salt isn't melting on me. It's not, too clumpy. So just continue to mix this for, just to make sure you have everything together. And that actually is as simple as that. And this can be a good base for, however you want. You could get you some dried orange slices. Since, this is a orange spice, you could do, some cinnamon sticks just for aesthetics. This is great to gift. I do have some salt on the site that I do sometimes limited edition this time of year as packages. And the thing you want to also do is just make sure that before you package this, that you kind of let this dry out. So I'll show you, I'm going to mix this up just a little bit more so that I'm happy with how things are. And I'll show you how I let it sit to dry for 24 hours. Okie dokie, I'm back. So I mixed it in that small bowl that we were using earlier until I got it to the consistency that I liked without the clumps. The smell is fantastic, so that 1 tablespoon is more than enough. So I transferred it to this bowl. I'm gonna leave this to air out for at least 24 hours. If it's a little more humid where you are, you might want to do 48 hours, but definitely do a day. I know there are some people that put it in the oven and things like that. I don't like to do that. I just like to let it sit and air out. And then once this has sat and I'm happy with how dry it's gotten, I'll come back and show you how I package this. Okay, so it hasn't been a day, but I decided it just looked a little plain. Plus I wanted a little more spice in my orange spice. So I went in and added some cinnamon orange tea leaves to the bath salt soak. So the tea leaves will add a little more spice. It's also, because tea obviously soaks up liquid, so the tea leaves will help dry this out for me too. So 24 hours should be enough, but just wanted to pop back on really quick so that you know I decided to add some cinnamon orange tea leaves. So we will be back when this is dried to my liking, and I will show you how I package this up. Hi guys, so we're back. It has been, it's the next day, and our bath soak is a nice dried out consistency, so we put them in our containers. We shouldn't have any condensation or any issues. Like I said, I do make these to sell, so I'm going to go with a little bit fancy, air quotes, of a packaging, fancier packaging, especially because they're Christmas season gifts. So I have these glass jars. I'll put labels on them. Ingredients will be on the bottom. I'll actually, at the end of this video, put in a couple of pictures, product pictures. But you don't have to use glass, so I wanted to just show you a couple of other options and then just show you how I easily actually package whatever container. So there's always like the plastic recyclable option. These are ones that I order from a wholesaler, but they have plastic jars like this on Amazon and other options that you can use. Completely recyclable and reusable. You can fill these up, label them, you're good to go. Another less bulky option would be one of these Mylar envelopes. You just really literally open it up, fill this package up, and these actually are heat sealable. So if you wanted to sell them, or you just wanted to make sure that they didn't open up in transit, that'd be a great option. Again, I got these off of bulk wholesaler, but they do have the smaller bulks options and different colors on Amazon. A last one too, especially if you want a gift or just for cute, you could actually just go ahead and put it in a plastic baggie, and then you could get some of these little gift bags, and then what you would do is you would fill this up and then put it in the plastic bag. But like I said, because these are my limited edition seasonal items and I'll be selling them as gifts, I went with glass jars. These are 6-ounce glass jars. You can get 8-ounce glass jars. And I mean, they're really easy to fill. My little measuring cup that I have, this quarter cup, is a great option. I just really scoop and shake and go. It's really that simple. Fill it up, close it up, label it, and you are good to go. Again, you always want to, use gloves, especially when you're making this for someone else. You want to be as sanitary as possible because that's just the right thing to do. So fill it up, label it. Like I said, anytime I use jars, you always want to sanitize what you're using. You can just use some 99% isopropyl alcohol. I put mine in a spray bottle, spray it inside, spray the top, let them air dry. Alcohol does not take that long to dry. Then you're good to go. Always use your gloves, and that's about it. So I will insert some pictures of the items when they are completely packaged up, but really hope this helps and that you guys enjoy these DIY series that we're doing here at Noir by Fifi. Thanks. Have a good day. Bye.